The stained glass window is part of the World of Minecraft exhibit at the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. The art of stained glass is very complicated and very time consuming, so I kind of used my movie prop maker tricks to do a faux version and try and create the illusion of stained glass, but in this very tight time frame. A project like this would most likely take weeks, if not months, to create. Every individual piece of glass would have to be found, cut, and then leaded into the design. I had around 4 days to do the entire thing. I'm Greg Aronowitz, and I'm an artist. My specialty would be entertainment. I've worked on over 300 movies and television shows, including Jurassic Park Lost World and Terminator 2 and X-Files and Babylon 5. And I also executive produce and write and direct shows like Power Rangers SPD. I made a movie called Laboo. That's kind of my tribute to everything I loved about the 80s. If you're a fan of toys, you most likely have something in your collection that I worked on. Made over 700 wrestling figures for the WWE. I've done action figures for Indiana Jones and Star Wars and Star Trek. I ended up becoming the official creator of physical Minecraft things for all of the shows. We've done PAX, we've done Minecon Paris, and now we're working on Minecon for Florida this year. I wanted to have the composition to be like sky into land into water, so that there would be a balance of blues and greens and then fit all the other colors in between. So I went with a countryside that's right out of the game, just like a Minecraft country with a little farmhouse and some sheep, and then I put a mushroom in there because it's my favorite animal. I took hundreds of pieces of plastic called styrene, cut it to the different lengths I wanted, and then I would use a needle bottle with some glue called Weld-On that instantly melts both plastics and fuses them together. It only takes a couple seconds to dry and it holds forever. But every little line had to be pre-cut and stuck in there. The majority of the time, I'd say almost 3 days, were spent just creating all that line work. Once all the plastics are glued down and I have the whole design laid out, I took a polyester resin. Fiberglass essentially is the same thing that your Corvette would be made out of, or sometimes your bathtub. Here I just used it as a straight plastic. I used a dye that is translucent, and it's so potent. You can ultimately make something opaque if you put enough in there, but with just a tiniest little bit of the dye, it ends up being just like stained glass. But by mixing different variations, if I want to do a green panel, I would mix 3 different greens, like a yellow and an olive and like a deep green, and pour one in as a base, and then pour drops or stripes and move them around with a popsicle stick, and it created different textures. One of the things I love about stained glass is the use of all the different colors and textures that an artist has. You rarely see a stained glass window where it's just all the solid colors. Each piece, even if it's the top of a lake or a sky and it's all blue, they rarely would use all the glass from one sheet. They would find different pieces and fit them together, and so when the light comes through, it's just this dancing array of color, and that's really what I wanted to capture. The thing about Minecraft is that it's all like 90-degree angles, everything is perfectly square. It's very, very intricate. I needed to capture that, and I knew that if I freehanded it, everything would start straying, no matter how hard I tried. It's pretty amazing to see the fans interact with the stuff that I make and that we make here at the Barnyard. I mean, I know everyone that plays the game loves the game, but to see their faces when they come into the conventions and into the different exhibits and shows and come face to face with these things that they love, it's the greatest reward an artist can have.